Alright, welcome to the weekly gaming quick save show recorded live. Clearly, 3 p.m. Pacific time every Friday right here on twitch.tv/BenReacts. I'm titular hero, Ben. Not true at all. And I just experienced a lot of stupid ass internet, hate the internet, issues. On this week's show, going to be reviewing Salt and Sanctuary, Twilight Princess HD, and also talking about Zelda Into the Future. But first, take a look at some of the top stories of the week. My internet just dies. Live, not gonna be good. Not gonna be good this week. Got a lot of rumors. I'm gonna talk about the rumors starting with the Wii U. Well, a lot of reports coming in. They're stopping production of the Wii U by the end of the year, and that doesn't look so good necessarily. Obviously, the Wii U didn't sell gangbusters. They probably have just warehouses, I imagine, of these units filled up. They have more than they need, so this makes sense. And if the NX is backwards compatible, it makes even more sense. But Nintendo has come out and said, no, that's not true. That's not happening. Okay, fair enough. They could be lying. They could be telling the truth. They're saying that they're going to keep production going into the future, past 2016, whatever. This is more interesting to see what actually does happen this year with the NX. More importantly, more specifically, the leaked, air quotes, NX controller, which, thank God, was not real. This came out as a fake, finally revealed as a fake yesterday officially. Wow, this is bad. This is nowhere near what anyone should do ever. This is not, no, bad. Every crazy, hyperbolic, mad internet reaction to this is completely warranted because no, don't do that. What is that? That is Hey Arnold's head. You put thumbsticks on Hey Arnold's head and paint it black. Don't do that. That's ridiculous. That's crazy. I cannot believe. That's the problem with Nintendo, is that it's so crazy and stupid, you almost believe that they could do this. And that's why these rumors are particularly frustrating, because you look at that controller and you're like, no way, fake, totally. It comes out as fake and okay. But there's that little part in the back of your head that thinking, what if it's not fake? What if that is, oh God, no, oh please no. That's bad. And thankfully we avoided that train wreck. I'm sure there'll be many other train wrecks to come, unfortunately. Now, moving on to Microsoft, they sent out a survey. The survey poses people's interest in the possibility of selling back digital games for 10%, and you get 10% back. So a $60 game, you get $6. Obviously, this 10% needs to be much higher. At least 30. You know, that's at least 30, right? I would imagine a lot more than that, because you could go to GameStop and get roughly 40% if it's a newish game, which isn't that great, but I mean, come on, 10% isn't anything. It isn't even close to anything. It's just bad. It's just bad. But this is very interesting, and it reminds me a lot of the Steam refunds, where you can play a game for an hour and be like, this is garbage, and get a refund for it. So this is a move in the right direction. This is a move for the all-digital future that, ironically, the the Xbox One, a lot of X's, when it was revealed, was so keen on. Like, look at all this stuff we can do. You can share games with people. It's all digital. Everything is just a code. That's crazy. All right, well, let's get back to that future, and this is a step towards that. Because that future was nice. They just really bungled it bad. Like, do you focus test your events, Microsoft? Because you might want to, instead of hiring booth babes for your GDC party, maybe you could spend some of that money on focus testing your goddamn reveal event for a multi-billion-dollar console. Maybe you could do that. It's neither here nor there. This does raise an interesting issue in the terms of developers don't like used game sales. They don't get any money from that. And the way these systems work, these online stores work like Steam, is you get a code that's attached to your account. If I'm selling back the code, Microsoft, are they then just reselling the code and not giving anything to the developer? That needs to be addressed. That all needs to be discussed. hopefully this is a move in the right direction and we're going forward. Great place, maybe, who knows? It's Microsoft, and they're the ones who had a reveal event for a console that said TV 800 times and it became a meme. They fucked up recently before. Temper your expectations. And speaking of that, the other rumor, because we got rumors about the big three, PS 4.5. I've been going around for about a week now. Pretty substantiated. It's basically a thing. Something is happening from Sony. That's what we know for sure. It's hair's weird. Fucking tendrils. Something is happening for sure. There's too many reports that this is a thing. It's a thing. Okay, it's a thing. They're saying this has an upgraded GPU that can play games in 4K and help with PlayStation VR and all that. Now that's okay. So those are two separate things. One, PlayStation VR, sure. You make this system more powerful, it's going to help with VR. Great. Wonderful. That's fantastic. This whole play games in 4K business is really dumb and doesn't make any sense if you actually know what's required to run games at 4K. For instance, you can go right now and buy a $600 graphics card and try to play a game, and try to just play a game in 4K with that $600 graphics card, and you're gonna find it'll work, but it'll be like, you know, medium settings maybe. Like, it's not that great. That, you know, you buy a gaming PC, you want to run it at the best, so you're buying 4K TV, you clearly have money, so you want the best. And in a $1,200 rig, if you're gonna kind of fumble around with 4K, how the hell is Sony gonna, like, people are talking about this like it's gonna be a $400 device. And if that's the case, there's no way it's running games in 4K. There's absolutely no way. The power, the cost for this doesn't make any sense. And Digital Foundry broke this down really well. I love them. Tech nerd shit. They do all the frame rate tests for everything that everyone complains about. Basically said this. So there's two routes here. They could be releasing a $1,000 PS 4.5, which is crazy, and that's no way in shape or form going to be happening. The other thing would be if they release an updated 4.5 that helps with the VR and it runs games a little better. Maybe it upscales, because right now, even if you have a 4K TV, it only outputs games in 1080p, the PS4. So maybe it can upscale to 4K, and that's going to make games look better. That's better on your 4K TV, you rich asshole. This is what the Xbox One does with 900p games. It just upscales them to 1080p. That's fine and dandy. That's reasonable. That's reasonable. This could be what it is. Sure. Makes sense? But it's not this crazy thing that's going to play games on 4K. You're not going to be able to play Uncharted 4 in native 4K resolution. That's crazy. That is nuts. Not to mention, besides all of this garbage, the 4K TV adoption rate is so low that it wouldn't even make sense to do this. And the PS4 is selling so well, why would you create this separate pillar? Words are there. And split the marketplace like this. Why would you even do that? It doesn't make any sense. It's completely ridiculous. And I don't understand. Some people are like way too into this and way too pie in the sky. Like, this isn't happening. You're not going to play, as I already said, Uncharted 4 in 4K. Not unless some space wizards went back in time and told Sony how to make a super cheap GPU that was like 4 Titan X's SLI to get. They're like, no, it's not happening. That's not how money and GPUs and all this shit works. It's just not happening like that. Sorry. Best case scenario, in 2 years, in the fall, you get a PS 4.5 that can play these games a little better and it upscales to 4K. Best case. But that's just my opinion. I don't know anything. Clearly. This map isn't even tacked onto the wall. It's just held up by a whiteboard, because why have a budget when you could have no budget? With that, let's get into the topics of the week as my internet dies.